My most memorable class at Elon had to be my GST seminar while I was studying abroad in London in the fall of 2011. It was taught by Dr. Jessica Clare, the School of Communications, and it was a look at British literature, specifically detective novels, in the greater London area.
My most memorable class was actually this senior year. I had a global finance seminar with Professor Riley White. He actually just left Elon, but very charismatic individual, and he just made the class extremely fun and funny. He was a really funny guy, so all the concepts really stuck with me because he taught it in a way that was funny, in a way that was memorable.
I was probably my exercise physiology class, probably just because my teacher was so great, but I also really enjoyed doing like independent research just because it allowed me to like apply what I was learning in the classroom, and then I could do it like all on my own.
A senior seminar in public administration. It really just kind of reaffirmed that I really liked my major and that I really enjoyed it. And it was kind of nice to see how broad the field was, and it actually helped me decide what I want to pursue as a master's program.
One of my most memorable classes was when I traveled to Sundance during my winter term of sophomore year with the Communication Fellows. And while at Sundance, we interviewed different directors, producers, writers, different people who are involved within the industry. And it was not only a really great networking experience, but it was also a really great experience to see what we all wanted to get involved in, where we wanted to end up in the industry by talking with these people.
My most memorable class were my Italian course that I took. I took 8 credits, so I got my credit requirement out of the way. The professor was amazing. He actually just visited about a month ago. They flew him in. That class just taught me taught me a lot about the language in Italy as well, but just the culture and just being outside of my comfort zone added to the effect that the class had on me, and I will forever remember that class. One quote that I learned from that professor from my Italian courses is that growth begins outside of your comfort zone. So that's one thing that I took from that, and I still continue to use to this day.
Seminar in Music Tech, which was a class I took junior year. It was just a great opportunity to experiment in the studio and work on a lot of different things.
It was called Understanding U.S. Disparities in Education, and it was just a really interesting research class, and we also learned a lot about the disparities that exist in the public education system. And I work for Teach for America, so it was a really great way for me to kind of link my interests in solving educational inequity and understanding the economic and social disparities that exist in the system today.
Actually, my favorite class was my psychology senior sem, which is kind of weird because it's like the capstone, the scary class. But my teacher, Dr. Leopold, was just great and like really caring about his students and like being involved like outside of the classroom and really caring about like what was going on in their personal lives that affected their academics. So he's by far my favorite teacher and favorite class.